Welcome to my ELP Tutorial 3. The focus of this tutorial is on planning for your modern language class using my ELP. Specifically, it looks at how my language biography can be used in planning for your modern language class. We focus on this component because it contains the can-do descriptors that relate to communicative competence. It also includes sections to develop intercultural awareness and language awareness. My ELP is a combination of specific Council of Europe criteria for the ELP, such as the 3 components. Let's start with term planning. At the core of the strands and strand units of the curriculum are the topics and their related language functions, what the child will be able to do in the language. The NCCA draft curriculum guidelines suggest a number of topics. The 10 topics listed on the inside cover of my language biography are in line with those topics. Planning for the implementation of the modern language curriculum involves planning for a balanced development of the strands and strand units. This in practice means integrating the 3 strands and 4 strand units within a number of curriculum topics. According to the principle of spiral development in the primary curriculum, all topics are introduced in 5th class, or the first year of language learning in multigrade classes, and revisited and further developed in 6th class or successive years. Term planning for your modern language class involves planning which topics you will teach from the list of suggested topics and which additional seasonal topics, such as Christmas, you will need to cover. You will also need to plan for the development of informal target language, cross-curricular integration to the topics in the modern language class and within other subject areas, and class sessions or projects in which you will focus specifically on language awareness or cultural awareness. The section entitled Language and Culture, pages 69 to 72 of my language biography, will help you to plan for cross-curricular work. The section entitled How I Learn Languages and My Own and Other Languages in my language biography, pages 61 to 68, will facilitate planning for language awareness. You will also find ideas for cross-curricular activities, language awareness and cultural awareness in the language-specific sections of the MLPSI website. Now let's move on to topic planning. It is important to note that the topic sections of my language biography are built around the Council of Europe's can-do definition of language, facilitating the focus on what the child will be able to do with the target language at the end of a topic. Once you have decided which topics you intend to teach in a particular term, you then need to plan objectives for each topic. The topic-based sections of my language biography, pages 2 to 55, will help you to decide which language functions to focus on. This is done through a series of can-do statements that are organized according to the 4 strand units of the curriculum: listening, reading, speaking and writing. However, in line with Council of Europe guidance, speaking skills are further broken down into spoken interaction and spoken production skills. This means that there are 5 subsections within each topic checklist. Remember that all of the language functions do not need to be covered when you initially teach the topic, as the topic will be revisited over the course of 2 years. Let's look at how this could be done. A planning tool related to my language biography and based on the can-do checklist has been designed to help teachers identify which objectives or can-do statements they plan to use in 5th and 6th class. This slide shows the Myself and Others page and a possible choice of objectives for each class. You can see how the teacher has identified different objectives for the 5th and 6th class pupils. In this case, the children will be able to read an identity card in 5th class, but they would only be expected to become confident reading typical names in the target language in 6th class. You will find sample-filled grids on the MLPSI website, but you are encouraged to use the blank grids to plan progression according to your own classes. The list of can-do statements represents a possible list of teaching objectives and practical language skills, organized on a topic basis, that will be taught over 2 years or more in the case of multigrade classes. The list is not meant to be finite, and teachers will of course make their own selection from the list, omitting or adding can-do statements as they see fit. However, the ultimate aim is for a balance of skills across the strand units. Teachers are strongly encouraged to use these can-do statements in framing the teaching objectives for their language lessons at topic planning and individual lesson planning level. Language awareness activities should be planned for within each topic. Language awareness can be addressed in both an incidental manner as well as through specifically designed activities relating to a topic. Within each topic, the section entitled More Things I Would Like to Be Able to Do will remind you to reflect with the children in relation to their language learning at the end of each topic. This forms an important part of goal setting and the assessment for learning process. The children's responses in relation to language learning will guide you in planning future language lessons. For example, when dealing with the topic of hobbies, the child might say, I would like to be able to talk more about my favorite hobby, or I would like to be able to ask my pen pal about her hobbies. Cultural awareness activities should also be planned for within each topic. Within each topic section, there are a number of pages that focus on cultural intercultural awareness. These pages will help you to plan cultural awareness activities that are topic related. They will facilitate reflection on cultural intercultural awareness and help with goal setting and assessment of the cultural awareness strand. Remember also to think about cross-curricular links that can be made when planning for cultural awareness within the topic. The section entitled Language and Culture, pages 69 to 72, will prompt you to allow time for your pupils to reflect on any cross-curricular learning that deepens their knowledge of the target culture. Within each topic, the sections entitled More Things I Would Like to Know About will also remind you to reflect with the children in relation to their cultural awareness at the end of each topic and help you to plan for further lessons. For example, your pupils might reflect after covering the topic of numbers on the calendar that they would like to know more about how birthday parties are celebrated in the target country. The can-do statements are central to your lesson planning. They can be used as clearly stated lesson objectives, as a starting point to identify key language and related classroom activities, as tools for goal setting at the beginning of the lesson, or as tools for assessment, including assessment for learning at the beginning of a lesson and or self-assessment and peer assessment at the end of the lesson or of the topic. Such statements as, I can say what I don't like to eat and drink, will allow you to maintain a definite communicative focus and have clear goals to your lessons. Pupils may be learning new words or structures or enjoying a new or a well-known game, but at the end of the lesson, will they be able to say, I can, with reference to the agreed lesson goals? Using my ELP can-do statements, you can plan for a balance of language skills within each lesson. In practical terms, you will choose a number of can-do statements that can be taught over a number of lessons in the context of teaching a particular topic. These can-do statements will be revised and added to when the topic is revisited again, or in conjunction with other topics where overlap occurs. Now take a few moments to reflect on your own classroom practice. In this tutorial, we have focused on using My Language Biography for planning a term, topic and lesson level. You may, however, also find inspiration for your planning in the other documents that comprise My ELP, My Language Passport and My Dossier. There are also related documents and resources available on the ELP section of the MLPSI website that you can use in your lessons and in the language corner of your classroom that will facilitate all three strands of the ML curriculum and inspire whole school activities. In the language-specific sections of the website, you will find labels and signs, such as those shown in the slide, that can be used in classrooms and around the school. Take time to plan which resources you will use to ensure a balance of the strand and strand units in your language class and promote a whole school approach.